This is Stop Being Weak, the podcast where we destroy your excuses and build the man you were meant to be. No safe spaces, no participation trophies, just brutal truth that will change your life. I'm your host, and today we're talking about why your mind is either making you a king or keeping you a slave. Let's begin. Listen carefully. We're living through the greatest epidemic in modern history, and it's not what you think. It's not a virus you catch from someone else. It's a mindset you choose every single day. It's the victim mindset, and it's destroying an entire generation of men. Here's the harsh reality. The world wants you to be a victim. The system is designed to keep you weak, dependent, and looking for someone else to blame for your problems. Every institution, every media outlet, every social platform is programming you to think like a victim instead of acting like a warrior. They want you to believe that your problems are someone else's fault, that your failures are due to circumstances beyond your control. This is the biggest lie ever sold to men, and most of you are buying it. Let me tell you what victim mindset looks like in practice. It's the man who blames his boss for his lack of promotion instead of improving his skills. It's the guy who blames his genetics for being out of shape instead of hitting the gym. It's the person who blames the economy for being broke instead of developing valuable skills. Victims always have someone to blame. The government, their parents, their ex, society, the system, bad luck, timing. There's always an external reason why their life isn't working. They've become professional finger pointers instead of problem solvers. Here's what victim thinking sounds like. It's not fair. Why does this always happen to me? I can't catch a break. Everyone else has it easier. The system is rigged against me. I never had the opportunities they had. Sound familiar? That's the voice of weakness speaking. But here's what warriors understand that victims don't. Life isn't supposed to be fair. Life is supposed to be hard. Challenges aren't meant to break you. They're meant to build you. Every obstacle is an opportunity to prove what you're made of. The victim mindset is seductive because it's easy. It requires no effort, no responsibility, no action. You can just sit back, point fingers, and feel sorry for yourself. It's the path of least resistance, which is exactly why it leads nowhere. Warriors, on the other hand, take full responsibility for everything in their lives. Even when it's not their fault, they ask, "What can I do about it?" Even when they get dealt a bad hand, they play it better than anyone else. Even when life knocks them down, they get up stronger. Let me share the fundamental difference between victims and warriors. Victims ask, "Why me?" Warriors ask, "What now?" Victims focus on problems. Warriors focus on solutions. Victims blame others. Warriors blame no one and fix everything. Victims see obstacles and give up. Warriors see obstacles and get creative. Victims wait for permission. Warriors take action. Victims make excuses. Warriors make progress. Victims want sympathy. Warriors want results. Here's how the victim epidemic spreads. It starts in childhood when parents solve every problem for their kids instead of teaching them to solve problems themselves. It continues in school where everyone gets a participation trophy instead of learning that winning requires effort. It's reinforced by social media where everyone posts their highlight reel while you're living your behind-the-scenes struggle. It's amplified by news media that profits from making you feel powerless and afraid. It's validated by therapy culture that focuses on trauma instead of triumph. Society has created a generation of men who are more comfortable being victims than victors. They'd rather be right about being wronged than be responsible for being successful. They've traded their power for pity, their strength for sympathy. But here's the truth that will set you free. Being a victim is a choice. Even when bad things happen to you, how you respond is always your choice. You cannot control what happens to you, but you can always control what happens next. Every successful man in history has faced adversity. The difference is they refused to let it define them. They used it as fuel instead of an excuse. They let it make them stronger instead of bitter. They let it teach them instead of defeat them. Winston Churchill faced depression and political failure before becoming one of history's greatest leaders. Michael Jordan was cut. That's your reality check for today. Your mind is either your weapon or your prison. The choice is yours every single morning. Stop making excuses for why you can't change. Start making moves that prove you already have. Remember, the war for your mind never ends, but neither should your fight to win it. This has been Stop Being Weak. Now get out there and become dangerous.